We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then go into questions. Coach, when you're ready.
Okay. Well, that's a game that when we're preparing for it, there's a lot of uncertainty going into it from our end in terms of knowing if we were going to have Tori, not have Tori, who exactly were we going to start, and we thought it was going to be Lex, but also trying to make sure that we can maybe balance out Lex and Amaya, you know, and splitting them at times. So we had a primary ball handler on the court, and other players have to step up, and what would our matchups be, and exactly who are we going to face, and what does that all look like. And I thought through all of that, our young ladies did a great job of really locking into continuing to grow and continue to get better. And I thought both these two young ladies sitting next to me, Sofan and Amaya, did a fantastic job. I think both played really outstanding basketball games, and we kept asking them to do more and more, whether that was help in transition or, you know, do a good job, try to get through some ball screens, help each other out, finish plays, you know. And I think to Rutgers' credit, when the game started, I think the first media timeout, they already had 6 offensive rebounds at that point in time. And so I think our players had to be really attentive to do a better job of trying to keep them off the glass. And that's not an easy task. They're a team that averages about 16 offensive rebounds a game. So I thought overall our energy was really good. I thought our attentiveness was really good. I thought we continued to get better as the game went on in some of our execution. Now there's some things we have to clean up too, in terms of sometimes we overhelped and gave up some looks that we were probably fortunate that they didn't make. So good opportunity for us to now, you know, take a little bit of time, try to get ourselves feeling as good as we possibly can feel, because we go on the road for the next 2, and that's going to be a really tough stretch for us.
Questions for players?
Hi, you guys are getting to be kind of veterans at dealing with injuries and who's in the lineup and who's not. As one of the leaders in this team, what do you do in situations like this when you know the team's going to be shorthanded heading into a game?
Yeah, I think anytime somebody goes down, it's like everybody can do a little bit more just to make up for that void. And a lot of us were here last year when Mara and Soph both went down. So we kind of already knew what to do with that experience. And then with Tori going down, that was super unfortunate, but we already knew what to do. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job at it. What
is it about Rutgers? I think you scored 53 points in their last 2 games against them.
I don't know. It must just be going my way. I don't know.
For either player, just, you know, ever since the Nebraska game, you guys have had the good starts. I know that the coach pushed that really hard, and you've had good starts in each game since. What's been the key to that?
I think for us, it kind of starts in practice. We, you know, focused a lot on our mentality in practice, starting good in practice. Leading up to the Nebraska game, we did not have some great practices, and so kind of knowing how that fed into the game for us, we focused on that. And then, you know, before every game, you know, I think our like starting huddle and our other huddle, like, okay, we gotta be ready to throw that first punch and, you know, go out right away, start playing well right away, and not dig ourselves a hole.
How satisfying it to get your second career double-double?
I wish some of those offensive rebounds would have maybe went in, but otherwise it was nice.
Petting the stats.
Yeah.
It's got to be kind of nice to see, like, McKenna come out and use the opportunity she has to score like she did.
Yeah, anytime, it's actually crazy. If you go back, a lot of the games Kenna was in, she'd get like half the minutes, and she'd come out like leading rebounder or something. And so I'm not even surprised that she had a great impact, or a really positive impact today, because when she would just get in other games, she would just like walk out leading us in something, and it's crazy.
We call her the microwave for that reason. She just heats up. No matter what, no matter the time, she just heats up for us.
Are you aware of the historical reference to that nickname?
I'm unfortunately not. Do you know?
You should tell them.
Yeah, we'll do another history lesson with them.
Yeah.
You guys have kind of taken care of the business you need to take care of. Things are going to get a little harder now on the road against number 8, Maryland. What do you think that you kind of learned about what you need to do to succeed in that situation, and what do you feel you have to do better in order to do well in that situation?
Yeah, I think we just have to keep trying to start games up. We can't get behind, because that's what happened in the Nebraska game, and then we have to dig ourselves out of that hole. And we just have to know how to like roll with the punches, roll with the game, and just remain together. Otherwise, Donnie P's got the scout for that, so I don't know like the specifics, but I can say that for now.
Thank you.
Great. Good job.
Have fun, Donnie P. Thank you, baby.
Good job, Amaya.
That was the first thing that she said when she got done with doing the post-game TV, was, we got Chick-fil-A for post-game. Yeah, you can see she's still excited about it.
Was it that really hard foul in the fourth quarter that got Tori?
You know, I'm not exactly sure what exactly it was. I know she got knocked around a little couple times during the course of the game, so it's one of those.
When did you know that she was going to be unavailable? Do you kind of know?
Well, we were kind of hopeful, but I think, you know, we prepared as if we wouldn't have her, and you know, she looked kind of like a little rock star out there with her sunglasses tonight. So, you know, but I think she's in a spot where, you know, we'll kind of have to take it day by day and see when we get her back.
Confident, given the days you have off, that maybe that'll.
Yeah, hopeful. That's probably more. Probably at this point in time, we've been through quite a bit, so I don't know if I'd ever say confident with any of those kind of things, but hopeful.
As a coach, do you kind of learn some things about some players that you might not otherwise learn when you have to play some people that you wouldn't normally play?
Absolutely, and I thought Alexia did a great job of stepping in and contributing, and I thought, specifically, I thought we got a little bit better in some of our ball screen defense, and she does a good job in that area, and I thought, you know, McKenna is someone who does a really good job of being in an attack mode, and now we've got to get her more solid in some other areas, and I thought she got better as the game wore on, especially on the defensive end, so that was really good to see. But she's such a strong rebounder, she's a good athlete, and, you know, certainly is an aggressive scoring mentality type of guard. So those two players in particular, you know, really I thought gave us a boost.
You talk about execution. It seems like there's always like one quarter where the offense just kind of seems to, not necessarily go sideways, but just kind of slows down a little bit. The third quarter tonight, it didn't seem like the ball was moving quite like it had. You got it back in the fourth, but the defense was there throughout again, right?
Right, and I think that's, you know, something that we've got to continue to grow at, continue to develop, certainly, you know, but at the same time, when you're not scoring, and that's going to happen in stretches, then you've got to find ways to work to get stops. And like I said, I thought we were aware of how to help, but I thought there were times that we probably overhelped in this game too, and gave up some looks that we can't afford to give up and consistently. And so those are growth opportunities for us now.
You think your squad's ready for the number 8 Terrapins?
Well, we don't have a choice. We have to go out and play them. So I think at this point in time, we've got to pick up the pieces from where we're at, learn from where we're at, and try to put ourselves in a position where we can do our best to compete. And I think that's what we haven't done prior to probably the Wisconsin game on the road in the Big Ten has been a team that has played really well on the road. And that game we started really well and kind of hung on really in a lot of ways. But you know, now you've got to figure out, well, we've done it for a stretch of that game. Now we got to figure out how to do it against an opponent that is one of the top teams in the country, and we've got to do it for 40 minutes rather than just stretches of games. So you know, we've got to continue to build and continue to get better. But you're certainly going to be challenged at an incredibly high level.
Right. What will your schedule be? You give them a day off, and then you'll get a bunch of practices in?
Right, we'll actually take tomorrow, and we have some team stuff that we're doing outside of basketball in the morning, so that'll be kind of fun. And then we will take the afternoon and kind of just recover. We won't have practice, and then we'll come back and the next day, Friday, I guess that is, and we'll get back after it again at that point in time. But trying to figure out, you know, certainly you've got to get ready, but you also have to, your bodies have to be feeling really good by the time you're going out there. You're playing against a team that's really fast, that's really athletic, that can attack you in so many different ways. And, you know, we'll have plenty of film to watch. I think we were fortunate in some scenarios. We didn't do a great job of, you know, of guarding all situations, so we can look at that, and we know that Maryland will make you pay when you make mistakes. So we've got to tighten up some things.
Defensively, I mean, Tori's become really, really important to what you do on the perimeter defensively. How much did you have to change things without her?
Right, and I think that was probably the biggest challenge for us is trying to figure out, you know, who was going to guard who in this matchup and what that really looked like. And so we really, one of the questions kind of the day after our last games, I guess it would have been Monday, with our coaching staff is, okay, who are our options? And then what matchups make the most sense for all of those, and then kind of build from there. And then we practiced certainly with not necessarily testing, certain practice with Alexia in that rotation, and Maggie and Kenna, and working to figure out what the best kind of rotations were. And I thought it hurt us early on in the game when we took Lex out of the game to try to split the minutes so that she could come back and get some ball pressure, and she got in foul trouble too. I think she had 2 kind of early, and so, then Kenna had to step up and do those kind of things for us. And so it does change things for us, and we were kind of learning on the fly a little bit, because really after the game against Illinois, that was then on Monday, we don't do a whole lot because we've just played an aggressive game, and now you're prepping the day before the game. You're not really going to race up and down the court and try to put all those things together. So a lot of it we had to do a little bit on the fly tonight.
28 points, but I thought you guys defended really well. Amaya had that job quite a bit, right?
She did. I think starting maybe midway through the third quarter, put Amaya on her, and I thought Amaya did a really good job of understanding some of the assignments. Thought were aware to help. Again, I thought we overhelped sometimes, honestly, and gave some pretty good looks up, and we've got to adjust that. But I thought Amaya played, and she's learning how to attack. I think last year she was really in attack mode more than she has been this year. But this year she's shooting it better, and so now how to put both of those together. And I thought tonight she did a much better job of really, really attacking. And there are some times, either with her or with G attacking the rim, that you're kind of like, oh, maybe that wasn't the highest percentage look, but we want them to be in that attack mindset and figure that out as you go on. So I thought Amaya did a lot of good things for us on both ends of the court.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.